there, and welcome to the Valentine's Day special edition Natalie and
Dennis show
podcast. Ooh, we got that sexy episode today.
Happy Friday and happy
Not
Valentine's Day.
only is it Valentine's Day special, but it's our 40th episode.
Oh my gosh. Wait,
I
what?
highly doubt that there's a single fan out there that's watched all 40 episodes, but if you have, you're a real one.
I know someone.
Ride or die.
Nicole Smith. Right? Nicole Smith? She comments in every single video.
Blown bitch.
Yeah, you're a real one.
Well, Nicole, you know, you're watching all our old vlogs. We appreciate that. Figuring out how we found Jupiter a long time ago.
Yeah.
All sorts of stuff. But today's Valentine's Day special 40th episode. Mm-hmm. We're going to dig into all of our past dates. And
I didn't know that.
We're going to start with, what is your definition of a perfect Valentine's Day?
Wow. Okay. For me, I love something kind of, I think it's changed, to be honest. Okay.
Really?
So before it would be like we get glammed, we go out for the night, we go to like some fun restaurant. There's some kind of like just fun involved. Yeah. It's different, right? And now I feel like it's honestly just like getting into bed, getting sushi, watching a good show, keeping it really relaxed. And I mean, I don't know what our plans are for Valentine's Day. Do we even have plans?
There was a company that actually did a poll to figure out what was the perfect Valentine's Day.
Okay.
And a lot of couples said that they prefer to stay home and cook as a couple together, then watch a movie, kind of hang out.
I don't know about the cooking.
And then have their moment.
I don't know about the cooking. Like,
that's in your opinion, though, but that's what most people said.
That's so interesting. Like cook, because it's like extra work aside from everything. So I don't know how I feel about that one. But
well, I think it's more of a moment between the couple,
like a bonding.
It's like a bonding experience. Yeah. It's like baking. A lot of people bake together cakes, and it's about having fun, not the outcome.
I just don't know. Like, I feel it's a situation for disaster in a way, because you know what I mean? Like,
I totally agree.
You can kind of start butting heads. It's maybe not as romantic. I guess maybe it's just not us, but
I think if the intention from the start is not the outcome, like I said, it's not the food, it's more about the bonding experience, then yeah, totally. And then you can order something after if it doesn't turn out nice. For me and you, I'm assuming, it's ordering in, getting some food,
a lot of food,
and just being total slobs and melting and just hanging out.
Yeah, it's just like kind of more fun. Even though we did go on a date this week, and we actually went somewhere kind of fancy, okay? And it was so fancy, I kind of felt uncomfortable.
So yeah,
during the date.
We tend to go to just very simple fast food places.
Yeah, like
we don't go upscale Michelin star, nothing. That's just not our vibe. And then this week we ended up going to like this really fancy Asian place.
It was so good.
It was very good. We had to have reservations.
Yeah.
We sat down and we felt very well treated, I think.
No, yeah. It was different courses, but I think it was because we watched The Bear on Hulu. If you guys haven't watched that show, you need to watch it.
It's a very good show.
I feel like it gave me an inside look into what it's like to run a really high-end restaurant. And I just felt like, for example, the waiters were kind of just next to us. I kind of felt like they were listening in.
Yeah. And you know what? I don't think you realize they were passing notes around.
They were?
Just like in the show, yeah. So
see, I felt followed.
They had our names on a note. They already knew who we are. They knew exactly where we were going to sit. It's a lot of work to run a high-end business like that, especially on Valentine's Day.
Right.
So W was telling us earlier that Walmart was packed, right? People, Valentine's Day, getting everything ready, all the candy, all the chocolate. Did you know, I asked, this is another fact, aside from Halloween, Valentine's Day is the holiday where all these companies make the most money for chocolate.
Really? Okay, I have to say, I have a chocolate here. I know it's from Walmart, so maybe that's why, but it's not that good.
These were honestly really bad.
This one's the only okay one, the caramel one, but other than that, they're kind of stale, right?
Stale and gross.
But what does it matter? Like, once you get this, it's really cute. I have to say something though. Yeah. I'm sorry, but what is your definition of the perfect Valentine's Day? In the script, you have one that says cuddles and some dick. Okay. Don't care what order of things. What is that about?
Well, someone wants cuddles and some pee-pee, so I think everybody expects to have, that like intimate moment at the end, that release.
Ew, okay.
there was a guy.
This is a bit much.
There was a guy who said he had no dates. And so what he was planning on doing was buying some rosé chocolate with some fake diamonds and going around giving it to women, the chocolate and some diamonds to try to hook up with somebody.
Okay, not the hookup part, but everything else is kind of
People
cute.
are lonely on Valentine's Day. You got the chocolate in your mouth? Yeah, no, I feel like a lot of people feel a lot of loneliness on Valentine's Day. And then if you're a couple, you're very grateful for having the other person.
No, I actually really agree. I will say recently on TikTok, I have felt a little jealous of everybody who's asking others to be their Valentine.
Yeah.
Like I had never felt this way. And I'm like, is Dennis going to ask me this year? Not that I ever cared, but for some reason this year I'm like, oh, that looks cute. Or, oh, I kind of want that. I remember being in school and like girls, they would gift themselves. Like they would bring to school like balloons. And then you would ask them like, hey, who got you that? And they're like, oh, I brought it for myself.
So Natalie, I'm going to take this opportunity to ask you to be my Valentine right now.
Honey, no, this is like being proposed to at Disney.
Please be my Valentine's, Natalie.
I mean, yes, I will, honey, but like, you better do this again in privacy.
Anyways.
Oh, honey, were you really, or just joking?
No, for real. I was going to keep it till now on the podcast to ask you to be my Valentine.
Oh, what a cute.
Well, thanks. Okay, I'll be your Valentine, honey.
Thank you, Natalie. I appreciate it. Well, now that's, going, now all you ladies at home know that I'm off the table. David, on the other hand, is available. David, do you have any plans for Valentine's Day?
Just eat some ice cream and cry.
Why?
What's going on in your life, David?
Sometimes people doesn't have anything to do. And I think this is my situation right now.
I'm going to check your stories. I bet you're going to be at a club.
Oh, probably.
No, it's Wednesday. I have class. I have to be, juicioso.
Wednesday's the new Friday.
Well, anyways, we have a game planned out. Natalie came up to me right before the podcast and said, you know what? I have something I have planned. Throw me the podcast when you think it's time to do it. So go ahead, Natalie.
Let's play a little jingle.
I invite you to start with your little section. You want something? One. Okay, fine.
Yes. Okay, that's a little much. I don't like that one. Another one, please.
Okay.
Okay. So this game is a little controversial.
Controversial?
Yeah, I actually came across it on Sarah's Day's YouTube channel.
Okay.
Her and her husband did it. So it's meant to kind of get us into an argument.
Okay, and this is between you and me, or is is Mr. Third Wheel also inside?
Honestly, David can be the tiebreaker because I'm sure we're not going to agree on some stuff. Okay. But he might not know some of these. Okay, so let's get going. So who's first to say sorry?
You.
Yes.
Totally 100%.
Applause? Anyone? Applause jingles? Perfect wife?
Congratulations on being the one to fix things.
Can I just say it's very difficult to be this person. And I wish that I'm curious why you're not. Like, I'm curious why you don't do it.
I never do things with the intention of being mean or doing the wrong thing. And so apologize to me, for someone who apologizes, it means that they had the wrong intentions from the beginning. Or
wait a second.
That's what I think.
Not what I thought.
That's how I see it.
So that's what you think every time I apologize?
Yeah. When someone apologizes, it means, hey, I fucked up and like, I got to go fix this. That's what I get out of that.
That's not true. Ladies, back me up. Hello.
What are your thoughts?
Apologizing is being the bigger person and being like, it's not worth getting caught up on the small things.
Yeah, but when someone apologizes, it means they're wrong.
Oh, wow. If that's how you feel, I'm never apologizing first again.
Well.
Okay, we'll see if by the end of this, I still want to be your Valentine.
Apologizing. Audience, yes or no? Are you the one that goes and apologizes?
You're the bigger person if you apologize, but okay.
Oh, it throws a beef on you.
I told you this is going to be a controversy. It's going to get us in trouble. Okay, ready? Who's most likely to lose something?
You.
Me, for sure.
100%.
Yeah, I think that What do you think it is about me?
So Natalie got a new phone. Not just that, but clumsiness in general.
I'm very clumsy.
Natalie got a new phone, and I took the case off my phone and gave it to you while you're getting another one because I just know that it's more at risk than my own.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, who is the tidiest in the house?
I think it depends on the things that we're talking about. Like, for example, I'm tidy in my own space. I'm also...
Just give me an answer.
I like vacuuming.
Who is the tidiest?
I think there's Ty. It depends. It's very dependent.
I would disagree. I would say that I'm the tidiest now because I put things back where they go because now everything has a place in our home. Whereas before I was really messy. I'll admit that. But for you, I mean, I got to pick up stuff after you sometimes.
I disagree.
All right. Well, we'll have David be the tiebreaker. David, have you seen around our home? Have you noticed more things of Dennis lying around in weird places? Or what do you think from a visual perspective?
For a visual perspective, Dennis, you're lost this time. I think it's Natalie.
Oh, okay. Okay, this one. Ready? Who gets offended easiest?
I would say...
Wait, what was that, David? Tell us.
I'm not saying anything.
No. You went, what is it?
I'm not saying anything. No.
I would say you are more sensitive.
I am more sensitive.
But I get angrier for longer.
So who gets offended the easiest? Dennis.
Yes, me.
Hello. Why do you think you are that way? Let's look at him in the face.
That was actually a nice one. I don't know. I just take things to heart.
But why?
And when I get backstabbed, I'm like, oh, you thought about doing that. Or there's a lot of intention that comes with things that are done to others. I don't think it just happens. And so when someone F's up pretty bad, you know, they went through that mental process of contemplating it, you know, and arriving to it.
Not everybody means to be offensive. That's the thing. Who gets offended the easiest? Because sometimes it's like subjective where it's something very internal. You know what I mean? No,
yeah. There's a lot of psychology involved in it.
Yeah.
I do get offended pretty easily. And I do hold grudges for a lot longer. And I wouldn't say I'm more sensitive though.
Yeah. So yeah. I'm definitely more sensitive.
Yeah.
For sure. Because then I don't really, that's an interesting
yeah.
Right?
I think we're just different. And we feel things differently, and I don't think it's a very clean answer.
And I think you guys complement each other.
Oh, that is so sweet. Wait, I like that little one. Okay, ready? Who works harder?
Ooh, I would say you, because your job requires a lot of your mental input, and your creativity is put on display more often. Right. So
that's a really great way of
your
putting it.
hands touch the timeline of the videos and they come out in the way that you want them to be. I'm more of a problem logistical solver. I have to make the podcast function. And so, for example, David's camera wasn't working and I had to go fix that.
That's true.
So yes, mine's like building a car, for example. It's like, it could require work and sometimes it just doesn't. Like it just depends on what the situation that needs to be fixed is.
Yeah. Okay, who tends to the other person's love language the most?
I tend to your love language way more than you do mine.
What is my love language?
We had an argument a couple days ago.
Yeah.
And my love language is to receive gifts.
Yeah.
And I told Natalie in a very angry moment that you haven't gifted me anything since we've met. You only gift me things on Christmas and on my birthdays, but... There's no
I'm not a gift
random giver. Tuesday that you show up and you're like, I really knew that you wanted this. I bought you this watch. I bought you these pants. I saw this at the mall and I thought of you. Like that this doesn't happen.
And I think that made me realize that, I don't tend to that stuff. Yeah. But it's difficult when that's not your own love language. Because I feel like gift giving is so difficult for me. I feel a lot of pressure. You don't understand. When Christmas comes around, it's also your birthday. And Dennis is not someone that it's like, I can just give him a pajama set and like a book like I am. I feel like that's simple, right? He's like, get me the latest watch and like go on eBay and negotiate for people. And it's very difficult.
No, in general, you go out, you come back, you don't bring me food. You don't think of me too often when you go out, you know? Whereas if I go to the store, I'm like, oh, Natalie really liked that gum that last time that I got it. I'm really going to get her that gum again.
I wonder why I'm like
or
that.
I'm more hugging and more kissing towards you. And I think you've gotten very complacent with a lot of the love that I put on you. And so when I'm mad and I don't do it, you feel the lack of that, you know? But for Natalie, her love language for me to like really make her feel loved is I got to go clean something. I got to go organize something. I got to make an appointment. I have to stay on top of things. And that makes her feel appreciated. Like if I go do finance, she'll feel loved. Like that's your love language.
For me, it's acts of service.
Uy.
Yeah.
It's hard, right?
Yeah.
No, for me, it's acts of service and physical touch. For sure. It is.
No.
Well, what's my other one?
Not physical touch. It's just acts of service. It just says, I know you.
But that's why this week I have felt distant from you because we've been mad at each other and you barely have hugged me.
So no, because I spoiled you with hugging.
That's why I'm saying.
Naturally
now
from the beginning, it wasn't like that though. It's not, it doesn't come organically to you. I kind of, you got accustomed to my love language of hugging and giving. Like giving.
So now you're
like hugging and giving and presents and all of this, like me showering love is all one package. Is now that I'm kind of realizing it, it's all together.
Okay. So now you're not, what's the word? Like restricting me from that.
A long time ago we had this argument. It was about Jupiter's hair. And it really irked me. It was a conversation or argument that we had that really bothered me. And it came to a point where I felt underappreciated.
What about Jupiter's hair?
It was just everywhere. And I said that like it was about vacuuming. It was way at the beginning of our marriage.
Yeah.
And so I thought to myself, I'm very underappreciated and undervalued in terms of the cleanup. I'm going to stop vacuuming. And then we'll see how long it takes for Natalie to acknowledge the fact that the house is getting dirty when I don't clean it. And if she will clean it, man, 3 days later, the house was full of like little puffballs and like it felt, you know, in the desert in the cartoons, how it's like that thing that like rolls in the desert.
Yeah.
It was like that. And you kind of felt it, but you never really acknowledged it. I think you kind of kept it. Can I just
tell you something? I don't like the way that you try to teach me lessons.
That's just how I am.
But I want you to know it's not effective.
Okay.
Because it's like, because you did it, I'm going to do it. And that to me is salty and it doesn't feel like you have emotional intelligence.
Well, how can I bring about to the forefront of your mind on your own that what I'm doing in that moment is of value and important for you if you don't acknowledge it yourself?
Just being gentle and being like, hey, honey, like, look at what it's true.
It doesn't work.
Have you tried it?
Yeah.
When?
That time.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. I swear to you. You think that...
You must have said something that triggered something.
Let me tell you.
Or you must have been upset.
That wasn't the first thing.
Maybe she's really mad in the moment.
Yeah.
That wasn't the first thing I did. I definitely went through other steps for you to appreciate the cleaning. That's like last resort kind of thing at that point.
You know what I think it is? That we didn't have our roles established very well at that time. Yeah. I felt like I was doing a lot more in other areas. For example, like getting gifts for someone who we randomly have to go on Saturday for, or, you know, giving Jupiter his walks. And like I had other responsibilities on top of work. But now I feel like we did sit down and we established, okay, Natalie, you're in charge of this and I'm in charge of this. So we work a little bit more like a team. At
the end of the day, I'll tell you guys how we ended up solving that vacuuming issue.
How was it? I don't remember.
So we got a Roomba.
That's true.
The Roomba cleans on its own. So I don't technically have to vacuum. The Roomba does it. And then also we set up team vacuuming days.
Oh, yeah. That was really helpful.
I call them team vacuum days. So vacuuming is annoying. But if you have two vacuums and two people vacuuming at the same time, it's that much faster. Right. So we happen to have two Dysons. I don't know how we ended up with two, but we have two.
Because we had one for the studio.
We had one for the studio. So, it's actually kind of like a game. I created a game out of it. So we'll start at opposite ends of the first floor, and then we'll go start, and then we'll start vacuuming until we meet.
Nerds.
We meet like halfway.
And
so, like vacuum. I feel like we have
but it works.
We have to gamify everything.
It's true.
To me, to keep in like my attention and feel like things are moving forward, you have to turn everything into a game. And we're kind of pivoting off script, and I don't really care. True. But weight loss has come up a lot in this podcast because it had been so prominent in our life.
Yep.
And we're weighing ourselves again, and we're gamifying it. So we weigh in today, and we're like, so we have to be less than that tomorrow. Like, how do we achieve that? If you make everything into a game, I feel like it just makes things better.
That was a great answer. Thank you for getting that deep into that one. Who's most likely to forget an anniversary?
You are very forgetful in terms of dates.
Yeah.
But in terms of our own personal stuff, you're not very forgetful. You forget all your friends' birthdays. You forget
I do.
Everything.
I really do think I would be the one to be the most forgetful because I don't know when we got married. Like if I really am trying to think of the date.
Yeah.
Is it the 24th, the 25th, the 26th, or the 27th? I don't remember.
You do make a lot more effort though when it comes to showing up in terms of parties and event planning and stuff. So I'll give you that. You're very good at that.
But that's because I'm embarrassed to show up without a gift. So I'm forced.
I meant like my 30th birthday. Like you made the effort of like planning that.
I got you. Yeah. Because I think it's kind of interesting. As a woman, I feel like the guys, let's say you get invited to a friend's party, right? It's like the woman's in charge to bring the gift. The guy just shows up.
I don't think that's necessarily true.
It is, though. Look around. It happens.
I guess you're right. But
like even my own dad makes me buy my mom his present for Christmas.
No, I buy your gifts.
No, I know. You're more of that side. But it's just something I've noticed. And I think that's why a lot of women are overwhelmed by so many roles and things.
Well, I'll throw that to the viewers, actually.
Yeah.
If you're a female, obviously. And are you the one that purchases the gifts? Does your husband purchase the gifts? Does your boyfriend get you stuff? How does that all go? How does your relationship flow?
Yeah. Okay. Who's most likely to remember the details of their first date?
You.
Really?
Yeah. I remember we did this question actually here on the podcast, I think a little while ago. And you still remember what I was wearing and like everything that went down. I remember like
no, I don't remember
the
what
event
you were wearing.
of it.
I remember what I was wearing.
I don't tend to remember clothing or conversations. I just know the thing that went down. That's kind of like it, the extent of it.
I don't know why I just thought about this, but do you feel like your voice changed as we grew up together? Definitely. Because like for a second, I just realized your voice changed.
In what way?
Like it got deeper.
I think it might just be the microphone.
So you really speak like a girl.
No. So, okay. I'll tell you something really cute, actually. So when I was younger, my voice was really high. And my parents thought that I would never change for some reason. They just assumed that my voice would be high pitched forever.
Okay.
And my dad saved this one voicemail that I called him. I called him from Colombia. It's like, hola papi, ya voy en camino para Estados Unidos. And he like saved it. And so sometimes I would catch him in the living room, like playing the voicemail, like hearing it because that wasn't my voice anymore. Like it just went away.
Kind of sad.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if for guys, is it sad or it's fun for you guys? Obviously, when your voice starts getting more deep.
Well, I think in the moment it's like it's different, but then it just becomes any other random day.
What about you, David?
I feel, just
normal.
Yeah, I grow up.
But you know what happened? David, you even told me once. You're like, doesn't my voice sound more like fine in English?
In English
than in Spanish. Like you do sound
when
more...
I speak English, I feel like gay. I feel like I'm talking gay.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Isn't that? But that's true. And sometimes you'll hear it in other people's languages and their voice pitch does change. I think your voice is deeper in English than in Spanish.
It is. Yeah, it's deeper.
In English... Dennis scared me.
Okay.
Dennis in English para regañar.
So let's do a little switcheroo. So let's...
Hay que hablar en español. Es mucho más alto. La voz cambia por completo.
Like immediately. That's so funny. And you, David?
Hey everyone. Hola a todo el mundo.
Hola, ¿cómo están?
Hola, ¿cómo está todo el mundo?
How are you guys doing?
That's so funny. Well, that's really interesting. Okay. Who's most likely to laugh during serious matters?
I got this one though. You laugh when you're nervous.
Sometimes,
you laugh when we're arguing.
Oh my God, I hate
or
when that
when
happens.
the situations get really serious.
That's actually so embarrassing when that starts to happen.
You start to laugh. She goes,
I start laughing.
and you look so nervous.
And you know what's worse is you look at me like this.
Angry.
And that's scary.
And she laughs.
Because I'm nervous. It's nerve-wracking. I don't know why I do
don't
that.
get you more mad when she starts laughing?
No.
That's so interesting. Because you know it's a mechanism, right? Like
it's like a nervous tick.
It is weird.
Because my dad, my parents, like when they me están dando una pela and I start laughing, they give me more hard.
Not you exposing your parents. Okay, you know, I think it's interesting. Do you think it's like more in the Colombian culture, like people there will hit their kids? Or no? Is it just
I think it depends on the parents, Natalie.
Okay.
My parents are mega Colombian and like I never got hit. And I would say so for you too. Did you ever get hit?
I got hit once.
Yeah, but it probably wasn't to the extent that he got his ass beat.
So much.
He probably got beat up. Yeah.
God.
Really? Would you do it for would you do that to your kids then? Do you think like did it help?
Yeah, I'm gonna beat my kids.
Next question.
No, just kidding. But I think some is help you.
Yeah.
I don't agree.
What does it do? What does it do, you think?
I think I can't tell them to like, oh, don't do this. But I think when you tell them and they don't right, I think like you have to hit it, bro.
I know.
You gotta hit it, bro.
I feel really terrible for people who are out in public and their kids start making a scene.
Yeah.
That because one, now like especially here, hitting is not seen as like normal, I think.
Depends what part of the country you're in.
Okay. Well, I think like if somebody is at, let's say we're at Publix or Walmart and a parent starts hitting their child in public, people will look down on them.
Define hitting. Like a straight smack to the face.
Like
no one's gonna say that that's right. To the butt, it's different. Or like if you hit them like a pow pow in the hand, like here, like that. That's how a lot of Hispanic people do. Like,
no,
you know
what Hispanic people do? This
pinch.
is the worst. The freaking pinch.
The pinches.
The silent pinch. They're like, me las vas a pagar.
Ahorita me las vas a pagar.
Yeah, because the parent doesn't want to look like a wacko.
But they're all wackos.
They're all wackos. Yeah. That was all. That's what I had for our little.
Oh, thank you, Natalie, for having this Valentine's Day special.
Wait, I love that little sound.
The next topic is extremely interesting.
What is it?
Get your ears ready.
Okay.
Listen up, people.
Okay, tell me.
We really want to know what your opinion is. Be sure to write this in the comments. But what is the most unattractive physical quality someone can have?
Unattractive?
I want to know what we have in our minds, all three of us.
I know.
Lo más feo.
I think can I say?
Yeah, definitely.
Go ahead.
The teeth.
The teeth.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Like if they're bad?
If she have bad teeth, like y se ven feos que son sucios, I think that's so bad.
That's true. I'm not, especially when their teeth are like very like full of gunk. Like you can just tell they haven't.
Como
gone to the dentist.
Como que?
Como quesito.
Ew.
That's gross.
That is kind of gross. It shows hygiene.
That's
I have
nasty.
to agree with that. I think that I don't want to steal it, but another one that I don't personally love is when their nails are so long.
That is nasty too.
Like
just overall, are we talking
dirty.
hygiene?
For me, hygiene is a big one for sure. Yeah. What about you? Most unattractive?
For me, it's just random sounds that people make. It's very unattractive. Like
what?
Like when they have to clear their throat or like there's people who have habits like just like that of making sounds.
No, but I feel like you got to give me something physical.
No, it's not just physical.
No, but give me something physical.
A lot of people agree with me because that's actually on there. Noises.
Something physical.
Physical.
Algo de la cara, el cuerpo, arregona.
Dandruff.
Why do you point at me?
Dandruff. I'm like, dandruff.
Am I dandruff? Dandruff?
No, you don't have dandruff.
Dandruff?
Caspa.
Oh.
O piojos.
Well, duh.
Una persona piojosa. Someone with lice? No, just hygiene.
Okay.
It's not that hard to just take a shower every day, guys.
Well, what are people saying?
But taking a shower every day with shampoo give you caspa?
Yeah, you're not supposed to use shampoo, period.
Yeah.
Sometimes it'll dry your scalp.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So this person said they had a math teacher who used to foam at the mouth.
Oh.
And that it wasn't like, an issue like a disease or anything, obviously, but that he just had foam that used to build up in the corners of his mouth when he was talking.
And
they don't they don't clean it up. They just kind of it just kind of stays there.
Or stays right here like
como
a little
espuma, así en la esquinita.
Ew, what's up with that? Wait, that's so interesting. Why?
That's so nasty.
Excessive nose hair.
Excessive nose hair.
That's another one.
Well, you can always trim it. That's kind of
But there's people that decide not to. They just kind of let it
Okay, yeah, do your thing.
Float in the breeze.
Yeah, okay.
Some people naturally just smell bad. And it's kind of sad, but yeah. There's people with some serious BO, foot smells, underarm smells, all sorts of stuff. And then it's the sniff people do. The deep, gross, throaty one. Hágalo try that sound. How did you do it? You did that. Es como un sonido que usted hizo por acá, como por la... That's it. Oh my God. It's like a pig. It's awful.
It is kind of like a pig.
But to me, my number one pet peeve is people who slurp while they eat. It just puts me off completely.
But is it right? It's like cultural, right? Japanese people slurp to signify that the food is delicious.
Yeah, I can't watch mukbangs or mukbangs or whatever.
Why does it bother you so much? I'm so curious.
It's like a mental issue.
Right.
I'm special in that way. I don't know.
Outies.
It bothers me.
That's so interesting. Huh?
Yeah. I'm like eating, and then I'm more attentive to the way others are eating than the way I'm eating. It's weird.
That's weird.
Bad. That's bad.
Are you conscious of yourself?
I would hope that I eat very nicely, and that I don't make any sound at all.
Interesting.
I try really hard to make no sounds when I eat. What is wrong with you?
You can't wear these with earrings.
Then take the earrings.
That's what I'm doing.
Off.
But that sucks, because then you guys can never see my cute earrings.
Well, anyways, yeah. Eating disgusting is another one. We covered all of them. We would love to know what your opinions are in the comments. There's definitely some out there that are disgusting that we didn't cover.
You watch ASMR?
ASMR? No. I don't like ASMR.
Oh, that's relaxing.
Like whispering in the ears. I don't know. I'm kind of picky when it comes to things like that.
He's trying to get under your skin.
You like ASMR?
I've always loved ASMR, but I think it's because of my brain. I just like that.
It's because sounds. Both of you had ADHD.
No, seriously, it's like a thing.
But what type of ASMR?
All kinds. I love all kinds.
There's my slimes.
Maybe not that one. No, you know which one I love? I love like the
Durante como queso.
What? Yeah. Comer queso.
I've never seen that one. Oh, really?
She's eating ASMR.
The food ones are not my favorite because they get me really hungry. That's the thing. But I love, this might be weird, but I love the scratching the head, like that, those types.
That's okay.
Or the back. Have you ever seen the girls, they're doing this to their back? It looks so relaxing.
I think when they have really big nails and they scratch the mic is awful. They rustle the mic. And then don't do it. No necessary. Okay.
You can't hear it.
Okay. There's a very, very popular TikTok going around talking about tipping culture in the US. We've talked about tipping on the podcast before, but in this specific instance, we're talking about massage parlors. So massages have gone pretty expensive. It's Valentine's Day. A lot of people have a couple of massages, and it's a thing. Massages tend to be around $80 to $100 at this point.
It's so expensive.
It's the average price for a massage. What would you say is the okay amount to tip? So in this case, it was a young girl, college student, going to an $80 massage, and she came to the conclusion that $5 to $10 was okay. She felt like that was reasonable because you're not eating. It's what's up with the 15-20%? It's unnecessary. It's just what you want to give.
I've always not known the answer to this because I actually got out of my massage place. I would pay a membership fee. It was $70 a month. So I would get one massage. But girl, tell me how every time I would go to pay, they would very loudly be like, "How much are you leaving for tip?"
That's so rude, right?
So everybody listens, right?
They do it on purpose.
And I'd be like, $20? And if you look at the little slit, 25 is the starting point. So I was under tipping. But $20?
Yeah.
I don't know. Here's the thing. I understand the masseuse. I'm like, yes, because it's a lot of work. You know, she's there for a whole hour massaging you. But like, why do I have to pay it? Why can't, like, the thing is already expensive.
So this person got in an argument with the front desk worker.
Why?
The front desk worker asked her, how much are you planning on tipping? She responded with $5. And then the worker said, and that's it?
But the thing is, I think it's like not etiquette at a massage place to only tip $5.
So the girl asked, so what's like the right amount? And the worker said $20 to $30.
Oh
and
my God.
the girl was shocked. She couldn't believe that it was going to be another
Especially if you're a
20,
minimum wage
$30.
worker. Yeah.
Yes. And so she got kind of mad. She's a little older now. She said, now I'm a little older. I'm in my element. I'm actually going to fight this a little bit. So she argued back and said, you know, isn't that what I'm paying for? Isn't that what I'm paying for the massage for? And the lady responded and said, no, what you're paying is to pay the rent here. So like, is of the $80, is any of that even going towards the worker? Like where is that going? To me, it's a little bit sleazy. It's very capitalistic. For sure of that $80, they need to pay the massage person. Mm-hmm. Do they not have an hourly wage? Like, what is going on here?
Yeah, I don't know what the whole thing is, but I stopped going to my massage place because I'm like, I have to pay $25 and more every single time for a tip. Girl, I'm already paying $70. That's like, it's just not worth it to me. At that point, what's the point of the membership?
I'm very curious.
Maybe I'm cheap. I don't know.
How much a massage person makes an hour? I didn't research it. You know, in the comments, you guys can put it or not. It's up to you. But I'm very curious how much they make an hour. Is that because of the tips? Is the tips on the side? It's so confusing. And, you know, I haven't been in massages ever. I only recently went to my first massage with you, and it was in Colombia for my knee and all that stuff.
Yep.
And in Hawaii when we were at our honeymoon. Mm-hmm. But massages to me always felt so overpriced. Yes or no? It's overpriced. Yes or no?
Yeah, they feel overpriced, but it's a lot of work for the person. So I don't know.
It's because it's so individualized.
That's the thing.
Right?
Yeah, that's the thing.
I think any job that the worker has to specifically focus on just you at once, like a dentist, like working on you, is when it gets expensive. I
think what's pissing me off now, though, is whenever you go to a coffee shop and girl, it doesn't start at 15% when they flip the little screen. It starts at like 25.
That reminded me there was a place that they turned the thing and it started at 35%. I can't remember. Where was it? I'm trying to remember where it was. I had to physically go in and hit the custom button and then like change it. 35% tip for anything is crazy.
Especially for a coffee.
Oh, I can't remember where this place was.
It kind of angers you, doesn't it?
I would call it out, but I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you were the one that started telling me because I honestly felt very shy every time they would pull that up. I would just hit whatever was there first.
Yeah.
But you were like, just do custom and do
I do custom. I take my time. I hit custom. I input $100 if it's $1, $200
for like a coffee
or something. Yeah. And then if it's something else, and you know, even 18 I think is too high. 15% is a very common tip, and tips are not mandatory anyways. So whatever.
Are you sure though? That's
tips are not mandatory.
I don't know.
Tips are not mandatory. I don't care what anyone says.
In the US, it is a thing.
It is not. It is not.
But if you're a waiter, it is.
There was another famous TikTok.
Right or no?
This week. Wait, you still want to keep talking about the tip?
I'm just so intrigued.
It is not required.
But how? I think a waiter is.
I mean, at a restaurant, it's become custom to do. You know?
But they don't. They get paid minimum wage.
Well,
all right. Okay. I don't know. Sorry.
Moving. No, don't be. It's totally fine. To another popular TikTok that went around, going on that Valentine's Day theme. There was a woman who stopped her relationship. She's now in her 30s.
She ended it.
She ended it.
Okay.
She was in the relationship throughout her 20s. Ended the relationship in her 30s. So she's been at a dating game for quite a while.
And things have changed.
And she's frustrated at the quality of men that are available, that are within her age range.
Yesterday, I was at a Valentines Day event, and some of the women were divorced, and they were talking about how they get ghosted all the time. They'll go on a date, another one, and then it's like the guy never responds, or it's just, it feels very informal, the whole swiping thing.
Yeah.
I mean, we never went through that. We're ancient.
I never went through that. That is another topic.
Yeah.
But the topic is the quality of physical attractiveness.
Oh, she didn't like the pool of men?
She's saying they're all bald.
Oh, interesting.
And unattractive in the 30s.
Oh, in their 30s? They're bald?
That most men in their 30s are bald, unattractive, and fat. Overweight men. 25 pounds overweight.
Huh.
Do you agree that most men in their 30s are unattractive?
You know what it is? I'm not sure. Who do I have as a
reference point? I don't know.
I don't.
We don't know a lot of people like that, but I think this topic was very interesting.
I think of like movie stars that are like, but they're movie stars.
Yeah, they're everyday people you see on TV.
Yeah. Ooh, I have no idea what men in their 30s look actually like. No, I do. Their hair is thinning.
You think? It's not me, is it?
No. So I went to a girlfriend's like dinner party.
Yeah.
And it was at like a bar basically. So not really a dinner party.
Yeah.
And so everybody from my gym went.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody at this gym is like older because it's kind of expensive. So everybody's older.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually was speaking to some of the guys there. And I actually noticed on one of the guys that I was talking to, I was like, his hair is quite thin. I did notice that. And, you know.
What about in general, the men there? If you're like, just think back. Were some of them bald, most of them bald, unattractive, fat?
Not my type. No, not.
Well, but that case, they were at an F45 group. So
yeah, no, they were fit. They were fit. They're like much older. I feel like they're in their 40s. So maybe that's why.
Do you believe that if someone is like unfit in their 30s, they can turn it around by 40?
Yeah, for sure. You can turn it around anything like in a year. You can if you really, I mean, you did.
I think, yeah. But I turned it around when I was in 20s.
If you did it, I just
David, ¿usted qué opina de... Usted ya está pues de 20.
Yeah.
I would say most people in their 20s are in their peak, right, of life.
Yeah,
like their
honestly,
prime,
your
like
20s,
your looks.
You look good, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
30s is an interesting time in life where you're transitioning into an older person.
I know.
And your body looks the way that you've treated it the beginning of your life.
It's fact.
Yeah. You are a culmination of what you eat.
I had a dream the other night because recently I've been looking in the mirror and I'm like, my skin is not as like firm as before. And so I had a dream where I was putting on my skincare and like my skin was like almost like melting. I was scared.
That is kind of scary.
It is kind of scary.
Yeah. Well, anyways,
I don't want to be vain.
I want to ask the viewers. I'm going to be very specific about the question. I actually wrote it down. What has dating been like for those of you in search of love right now? And for those of you in the dating in the upper age bracket, how's that going?
Well, I'll tell you what some of my girlfriends are saying.
Go ahead.
They're saying that a lot of the guys just want to sleep around.
I actually have that written down here. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for example, one of my girls went out with a guy and he was like, hey, let's just leave your car here in my house and I'll take you. So it just made sense with parking. So they did that. They came back and he like leaned in for a kiss. So she's like, all right. I mean, she's divorced, so she's not ready for all this, right?
Yeah.
So they kissed.
Yeah.
She wasn't ready. And then he's like, come on in. And she's like, no, I like all uncomfortable. Like, no, I'm like ready to go home, you know, or whatnot. So that's one situation. And then another one that I've been seeing a lot is the ghosting, where
they just don't reply or whatever.
They'll go out with you for like 3 dates. Everything is great. You'll text them back. They're like, I love you. Or not like I love you, but like great thing, blah, blah, blah. See you soon. And then see you never because they never reply.
I already asked this question, but I actually have another question. And it's very nice that our audience is mostly female because I know like exactly who I'm asking.
Mm-hmm.
You know, are most good men taken by that age? I feel like a lot of good men are taken by 30 already. And you kind of have like the lowest of the low left. Is that a thing?
No.
Let them answer in the comments.
Because then the same would go for women.
Yes. That's true.
So yesterday at the Valentines Day event, there was a girl who we each had to like put our dreams in this little box. So she put that she wants to find her person.
Yeah.
So she's like over 30. She was a beautiful girl. She looked like, why are you looking at me like that?
I mean, you're saying she's a beautiful girl, but I don't know.
Well, I thought she was beautiful. Okay. She looked put together. She had a business, like, you know, everything, like she's well off.
Yeah.
And she just can't find anyone.
Okay. Well, the comments in this specific, situation.
So I would argue she's not the last.
They said, girl, if you think that's bad, wait until you see their personalities.
That's what they were saying. They were saying that the guys were just like not it. Like they. Yeah,
that was the number one most upvoted. And then it says, girl, I dated from 19 to 29 and now I have to start over. I know this can't be all the options. It seems hard out there. What the heck?
So one of my other girlfriends, she's from Colombia, from Bogota. Yeah. And she says that the guys there are dogs.
Okay.
Like that. She said that they don't care. Like they just want, like, you have a career. Well, your career better be higher than mine. You have money. You better have more than me. You want to just sleep around? Like it's not anything serious.
That's sad.
It's crazy. When we went to that restaurant recently, it wasn't because you were there, but I felt nervous being in that restaurant. Like I said, I felt kind of watched. I can't imagine going with like a stranger. I hate small talk. I hate having to start all that bullshit again. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like too much for me. But then again, it's too much to also be like deep. Get into the questions.
It's interesting because I feel like we've put so much effort into our relationship. We were talking about it yesterday about if like starting over or divorcing or whatever ever crosses our mind. And I said, no, like I genuinely just don't see this ending ever. Yeah. I just see it for like ever. Right. And so I feel like a relationship is like building blocks. Right.
Yeah.
And then I can't imagine it's like playing Jenga. You just knock it down. And then you have to go through all that work again of learning someone's, qualities and everything. That's
people fall out
awful,
of love.
And I don't envy any of you that have to do that.
That's
very sorry.
That's really hard.
Very sorry.
And honestly,
for me, never be hard to find someone.
No?
I thinking like, oh, okay.
Because you're young.
Because you're like those guys from Bogota. You're a perro.
No, David. But you're 20, right?
Yes.
That's why.
Yeah.
Maybe give it 10 more years and then see how the pool looks.
En 20 años, si estás soltero, it's going to be hard.
No. Maybe it's not. Maybe, you know what it is? It might be regional. You might just not vibe with the guys in your area.
Maybe there's just a lot of unattractive people where she is.
Well, maybe she needs to go on Love is Blind because love isn't all about the physical.
There is a guy who actually stumbled upon this video. Mm-hmm. These kinds of videos attract a lot of female audience. And it's very interesting to see guys in the comments.
Wait, I do want to pause because maybe this is a controversial take, right?
Yeah.
You do have to be physically attractive, I think, to your significant other, right? It can't just...
of course.
I think you have to be physically attractive to them. Attracted to them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I guess.
Well, what are your thoughts? I say yes. I would.
If I was butt ugly, would you still love me?
That's why I'm saying I had to be physically attracted to you to also like.
I think it's one of the first things you see in someone. It kind of sparks the curiosity.
True.
El amor entra por los ojos primero.
Y sale por donde. Anyways,
that's very interesting.
Guy stumbled upon the video, said, I'm bald and I have no idea why my For You page is doing this to me.
Aww.
I feel like I should just walk into traffic right now.
But wait, can I say something? There are some attractive bald guys.
And Andrew too.
Everybody in the comments is talking about how all bald men look like Vin Diesel.
That's funny. No, you got to give it for the baldies. They're not that bad.
Sad
They're
days.
not.
Sad. That's why Turkey's doing so well with that hair transplant stuff.
I'm just thinking.
Yeah, I can see you contemplating something. What are you thinking about?
I was thinking about like if I were to start over and I find a really great guy,
but he's bald.
And he's bald. If he's really great, like if I'm attracted to him, he has his career,
Imagine you're like cuddling and there's like nothing up there. It's just like
I don't
skin.
think I would care, to be honest.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you don't have to buy shampoo anymore.
Yeah. Save money.
What the heck?
Save money, live better. What's the brand that
Can
does
I
that?
just say, I just laughed like the girl from White Chicks when the guy's like, like that one. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
So it's the season of love, Valentine's Day, lots of loneliness, and a lot of like sad stuff happens around this time.
Can you not actually say that one? I actually think that's really depressing.
I want to because it's a very important topic to touch on. We never touch on this topic here. I don't want to say the word, but it starts with an S.
I feel like it's such a happy episode.
I do want to, but there's positives to this. I feel like there is. You genuinely don't want to. You want me to jump over this?
I really don't want to talk about
But like por encimita, ¿qué es?
Pero si le digo it, then I have to say all of it.
No, so no.
Okay.
I just feel
Natalie don't want it.
It's such a happy episode.
Fine. I'll keep it for next episode.
Okay.
Episode 41.
If people are interested.
I feel like it's a very important learning lesson.
No,
Solo diga el título.
I get it. No, don't say the title.
No, I can't say it.
Okay.
I can't say it at all.
Yeah, it's just like,
Yeah.
I just think that this is such a happy episode. We should keep it light.
Fine. All right. I won't ruin it.
How
are you feeling this week, Natalie? You feeling the love?
No.
Have you felt appreciated this week?
No.
How have you felt this week?
I have felt unloved and unappreciated. I even asked myself, I was like, am I freaking on my period? Like, what is going on? No, but I think we've just struggled a little bit this week, and that's normal.
We, in the last episode talked about how we're posting more vlogs and stuff. Mm-hmm. And we've always realized that when work's going really well, life kind of sours.
What's up with that? We need to get that in check.
It's like life can't be good and work can't be good at the same time.
No, I
think
everything
we have
is kind of like a balance. I think
that is mental.
Yeah, I think it's mental too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
there goes the chocolate.
There goes my chocolate. My cheap ass chocolate.
Shot at love. That's it. That's our Valentine's Day on the floor right there. You grabbed it with your toes.
No, I didn't. I covered it.
Well, that's it for today's episode. Valentine's Day specials. Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern time. Thanks for tuning in, hanging out with us.
Rate us.
It was a wonderful little hour that we were together.
Share with a friend. Be sure
to comment below what you want to hear about for the next episode. I had a lot to say about Taylor Swift, but I decided not to for this one. Just saying. Goodbye.
Bye.